Boys and girls, I'm glad you came back again. Because you know what time it is, don't you? It is story time! And I'm going to take off my mask because Miss Shannon is across the room. So we'll be safe. And let's get Panda out. Panda, come on. Panda, come on. Ugh. Well, I know you don't see any boys and girls. All right, try the binoculars just like we do every week. Well, he's looking. Panda, I know. What? Oh, Panda said now that it's April, he wants me to get out his rain poncho because, you know, April showers bring May flowers, so he wants to be ready because he's really, really looking forward to spring. Well, we all are, Panda, so let's welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so, then we'll stretch and touch our toes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. Oh, Panda wants you to see how his rain poncho looks because, you know, several years ago he made it himself when he was in the closet downtown. So he just wants you to see that he's ready for the April showers. You want to leave it on for a little while? You know, it's not raining in here. Okay. All right. Panda's ready. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Middle Finger? Where is Middle Finger? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Middle Finger? Where is Middle Finger? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Panda, I'm sure everyone likes your rain poncho, okay? Don't worry about it. Let's finish our song, okay? Where are the girls? Where are the girls? There you are! There you are! Stand up, girls! Stand up, girls! How are you today, girls? Oh, wonderful! We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Where are the boys? Where are the boys? There you are. There you are. How are you today, boys? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Yay! We're so glad you're here. All right, Panda's going to take off his rain poncho now that everyone had a chance to see it. He's very proud of himself. We'll just leave it over here, Panda. And let's start our stories. Let's start with Hooray for Spring. And this story is by Kazuo Iwamura. Oh, spring was here at last. Mick, Mac, and Molly leaped from branch to branch. Hooray for spring, they shouted. Look, called Mac, caterpillars. They're eating the leaves. That's what caterpillars like to eat, Molly explained. Look at all the beautiful cherry blossoms, said Molly. And the bees, Mick shouted. They are sucking the nectar from the blossoms, Molly explained. Well, look, said Mac. A baby bird. Is it lost? It looks hungry. What do baby birds like to eat? Asked Mick. I don't know, said Molly. Maybe pine cones, said Mick. Yummy, said Mac. I don't think so, said Molly. The baby bird doesn't look like it wants a pine cone. Here, baby bird, said Mick. We brought you some pine cones. Ooh, look at the face baby bird is making. The seeds are delicious, said Mac, but the baby bird shook its head. It did not want any pine cones. Ha, that's what I thought, said Molly. How about some sweet cherry blossoms, asked Molly. The bees love them, said Mac. Well, I don't think baby birds do. Here, baby birds, said Molly. Have some cherry blossoms. The bees make honey with them. But it looks like baby bird is pushing those blossoms away. The baby bird shook its head again. It even shook its little wings. It did not want any cherry blossoms. I thought so, said Mick. What does this baby eat? Asked Mick. Acorns, suggested Mac. Raspberries, suggested Molly. Mushrooms, walnuts, milk. That's right, milk from its mama, shouted Mick. And then up flew Mama Bird with a fat green worm in her mouth. Look at baby bird. Baby bird raised his head happily, opened his mouth, and in went the worm. Delicious. You should have seen the baby bird, Mick told Mama and Papa. It didn't want pine cones for lunch, said Molly. Or cherry blossoms, said Mick. It wanted a worm, said Molly. And the baby opened its mouth, and in it went, said Mick. Look, said Mac, I'm a baby bird. And everybody laughed. Okay. Well, the next story I'm going to read is Fletcher and the Springtime Blossoms by Julia Rawlinson. The woods were full of the chirping, bustling, sing-song sounds of spring. Fletcher bounced along with his nose in the air, sniffing the just burst buds of flowers and playing chase with butterflies, with his head spinning with sights and sounds. He tumbled happily down the hill into the sunny orchard, but when he picked himself up from the ground, he couldn't believe his eyes. Oh, a soft breeze danced through the branches, carrying snowy flakes. Snow so late in spring, thought Fletcher. It will be too cold for the birds and butterflies. There's no time to lose. Looking for someone to tell, he trotted back up the hill and passed a pair of birds coo-cooing on a branch. You've flown to your summer home too soon, Fletcher cried. I've been down to the orchard and there's more snow on the way. Then we should fly back south, they called. But first we must tell Porcupine. He's just come out of his bed of leaves. He needs to snuggle back down or he'll freeze. Fletcher and the birds found Porcupine
stretching and scratching. "There's snow on the way," panted Fletcher. "I saw it in the orchard. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south, and you must hide away." "Well, then I should crawl back into my bed," sniffed Porcupine sadly. "But first we must tell Squirrel that he needs to hunt for more food. He's eaten his winter storage of nuts. He'll need to find some more." Fletcher, the birds, and Porcupine found Squirrel scampering after sunbeams. "Snow is blowing in from the orchard," gasped Fletcher. "It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south, and poor Porcupine must go back to bed, and you must find some food." "You're right. I've eaten my spring feast," said Squirrel, "and all my stores are gone. But before I hunt for more, we need to tell the rabbits to munch as much grass as they can before the snow falls." The rabbits were rolling down the hill next to their burrows. "Stop playing!" cried Fletcher. "There's snow blowing in from the orchard. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south. Poor Porcupine must go back to bed. Squirrel needs to find food, and you must munch more grass." "Before we eat," said the rabbits, staggering dizzily to their feet, "let's go and play in the snow." So the rabbits, hoppity roly poly, plopped down the hill through the woods. They were chased by Squirrel, Porcupine, the birds, and a bouncy full of importance fox, all the way to the orchard, where the ground was white with blossoms. Blossoms bobbing in the branches, blossoms blowing in the breeze, blossoms blanketing the ground, and not a snowflake to be found. "Those are blossoms, not snow, you foolish fox," the animals cried. Fletcher blinked and rubbed his eyes, feeling very silly. But then the animals scooped up pawfuls and clawfuls of blossoms from the ground and covered him in a tickly shower of fluttering white petals. Fletcher and his friends ran and played between the trees until at last they all collapsed in a blossomy, soft, white heat. Then the birds fluttered back to their branch with beakfuls of blossoms to line their nest. Porcupine snuffled off up the slope, his quills dotted with tiny white petals. Squirrel went chasing up and down trees after snow-white petals dancing in the breeze, and the rabbits bounced back up the hill with blossoms to brighten their burrow. But Fletcher just lay smiling in his soft bed of petals, watching the blossoming branches bobbing overhead. Okay, now we're going to go over to our storyboard. All right, so in one of the stories I read, we had a little bird who really liked worms. So we're going to do a little storyboard about worms. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One little worm went out to play on a very rainy day. Splashing in puddles was so much fun, he called for his friend to come. So now he went, "Hey, Wormy!" And so there's 2 little worms playing. Let's put these down here till they get called. So 2 little worms went out to play on a very rainy day. Splashing in puddles was so much fun that they called for another little worm to come. "Hey, Wormy!" Well, there you go. Of course, another worm came. Now there are 3 little worms went out to play on a very rainy day. Splashing in the puddles was so much fun, they called for another little worm to come. Hey, Wormy! Well, there comes another little wormy. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4 little wormies that went out to play on a very rainy day. Splashing in puddles was so much fun, they called for another little worm to come. Well, now there are 5 little wormies went out to play on a very rainy day. Splashing in puddles was so much fun. Hey, Wormy! But they're all there. Well, now let's send our worms back, because now it's not a rainy day. Now it's a sunny day. 5 little worms went out to play on a very sunny day. Ooh, as the bright sun shone all around, 1 little worm squirmed underground. 1, 2, 3, 4 little worms came out to play on a very sunny day, but as the bright sun shone all around, another little worm squirmed underground. Now there are only 1, 2, 3. 3 little worms came out to play on a very sunny day. As the bright sun shone all around, another little squirmy went underground, and another 2 little worms went out to play on a very sunny day. As the bright sun shone all around, oh, another little wormy went underground. Now there's only 1 little worm out to play on a very sunny day. As the bright sun shone all around, this little worm squirmed underground. So we'll look for them on the next rainy day. All right, our last book for today is called Hello Spring by Shelley Rotner. And it's a book that shows boys and girls having fun in spring. Winter, waiting for nature to wake up. Snowdrops peek out from melting snow. The sun shines stronger, the days get longer. Frozen streams thaw and tree sap flows. And look at the frogs saying, wake up, and oh my goodness, the crocuses come out bright yellow and purple. And birds return with song, building nests and laying eggs. And animals wake up from their deep winter sleep. Chipmunks, groundhogs, bats, bees, and bears, and daffodils dance. Dandelions dot, forsythia shouts, so do boys and girls. Green is growing everywhere. Hooray! Spring is here. Baby animals are born. Chicks and piglets, lambs, cubs, calves, colts. Oh, look at all the baby animals. Cherry blossoms pop. Well, we just had a story about that. Flowers bloom. Oh, it's a palette of petals. You can smell spring in the air. And pollen is carried from flower to flower, and then fruits and seeds can grow into new plants and trees. It's time to dig and plant. Rain showers, well, Panda's ready for that. And seeds sprout, gardens grow. Lettuce beans and peas. Frogs hop. Ooh, there's the worms crawling. And turtles crawling. And salamanders emerge and snakes slither. Dragonflies dart. Spiders spin. Butterflies flit. Bees buzz. Ladybugs land. And warm breezes blow. Clouds float by. The days get longer and longer. And then it's the longest day of the year. And summer is here. But right now we're waiting to enjoy spring. So have a good week, boys and girls. See you next week.